Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is Knoxville Moto, and this is the first time that I've ever ridden a bike at night. Like I said, this is the first time I've ever ridden a bike at night. I mean, I think I've ridden for like half a mile at dusk, something like that. I don't think that really counts. But today I'm on my way into work. It's a crisp 35-degree morning here in Knoxville, and the sun has not even begun to come up yet. So this is actually after a year and a half of ownership, the first time that I've actually used the headlights on this bike. But so far, so good. They're actually pretty fantastic. I noticed earlier when I was pulling out of my neighborhood, the lights on the side of the bike will come on more and more. They, kind of like incrementally come on more and more the more you lean the bike over, which is pretty cool. I guess it uses the IMU to figure out its orientation and turns them on automatically. So this is the first real ride that I've done since the snowpocalypse, and the roads in Knoxville they leave something to be desired. We'll say that. I don't think that the road system here was really designed for that level of snow and ice. And I think that the plows just scraped everything up, and it's pretty gnarly. There's some giant potholes in Knoxville right now. So we'll see how that goes. I've driven to and from work a couple times since the snowpocalypse, but that's a different thing altogether, right? It's been a while since I've been out on the Ape. God, I love this bike. Love this bike. The sounds that it makes are just amazing. It's funny because you can take the Ducati to car and bike meets and everything else, and everybody's like, oh man, that's cool, that's awesome, it's a V4S, blah blah blah. You take this thing to a bike meet with this exhaust on it, and everybody just instantly stops what they're doing and is like, what the f is that? Between the way that this bike looks and the way that this bike sounds, it is just special. It is, to me, it's crazy because this thing is a third of the price basically of the V4S, but it doesn't feel anywhere near a third as special. It feels like, probably 85 to 90% of the way as special as my 1103cc Ducati Superbike, which is nuts. I'm going to be doing any more riding in the mornings after dark in the barely above freezing weather. I think I need to go ahead and put that pin lock on my visor. I'm getting just a teeny little bit of fog, and teeny little bit of fog when the roads are already is probably just enough to really screw you over. See that the roads are almost icy. I think it was below freezing an hour or two ago, and so I think the roads are maybe not quite thawed out completely, which I'm not entirely unused to. You would see stuff like that in Santa Fe all the time. So I actually rode when it was snowing in Santa Fe one time and only one time, and it was crazy because you couldn't really take the corners that fast, but you could still almost accelerate 100% in a straight line. But that was so cold. It was like 26 degrees or something like that. And by the way, all you guys out in California and in Florida were like, oh, it's so cold, it's 50 degrees out. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't feel bad for you. I really don't. Even in the pretty cold weather, the back tire doesn't really want to slip that much, and it wants to pull the front end up off the ground, so that's fun. I can feel it just like, I feel it just levitating that front wheel. This bike is just rowdy. It's not a real fair statement to say that I think that this bike is more rowdy than my V4S, because the V4S still has all the electronic settings. I'm just slowly, incrementally turning them down, and right now they're still pretty high, so you know, you can get on the gas pretty hard and it doesn't really want to wheelie that much. If you come over a hill when you're on the gas, it will definitely try a wheelie, but you know, otherwise the wheelie control is doing what it's supposed to. But this thing, most of that stuff is turned off, and this thing is, especially after the exhaust and the tune, this thing is pretty rowdy. It's a much shorter wheelbase. I was surprised. I figured they'd be similar, but it's a much shorter wheelbase than the Ducati, which makes sense. The Ducati has twice the power to try to put down, so... Oh, look. It tells me that it might be icy out today. As if I didn't know, riding around looking like the Michelin Man. Today I'm wearing the Alpine Stars Dry Stars cold weather gloves, and I'll be honest, they're the non-heated versions, and they are not quite keeping my hands warm. Every time I get on this bike, I think to myself, I need to adjust this front lever in. It's way too far out. Every single time I forget. Highway speeds right now are cold as normally I drink a coffee or something on my way into work, just kind of get the old engine revving. Today, well, A, as you've noticed, there aren't really any cup holders on this bike, and B, I don't really need it. Of course, frankly, if you need caffeine to wake you up on a sport bike, you're doing it wrong. Damn, it's chilly. Well, there's like a Porsche electric car. I bet it's quick. Doesn't sound as good though, that's for sure. Well, there's a little Porsche, the Porsche Cayman or Porsche Boxster, I can't tell. Alright guys, well, we're almost to work. Oh, that one has a diffuser in the back. Alright guys, we're almost to work. We're going to go ahead and end this now. But I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Ride safe. If you like this video, like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next one.